Good morning, Year 4. Today is Tuesday, the 5th of May. And today we're going to dive into the text we were looking at yesterday and look carefully at effective vocabulary. So we know the text. So the words that I've wanted to look at today, and again, you could choose something different if you would like to, but I've highlighted some words which I think are really interesting and we can learn from them. We can look at other synonyms, how they fit into the sentence, and also look for antonyms. You know exactly what we're going to do. We've been doing this many months to build up our word power to make our writing more interesting to the reader. So the word here, the first one that I've got is to unfurl. When the brush, sorry, I'm pointing, that's no good, is it? When the brush meets the damp paper, pink petals of colour unfurl like morning flowers. So to unfurl there is a verb, to unfurl. It's that doing word, it's that action, isn't it? And we move on. Another one that I've chosen here is she scowls. So if you're scowling, that's really quite a cross expression, isn't it? So we've got another verb there. She scowls. That's what she's doing. It's not right, she says. So we can tell there that it's really bugging her, isn't it? If she's scowling, it's not a case of thinking, oh, it'll do. She's really cross about that. I tried to look encouraging. We did look at that yesterday, to try to look encouraging, how Ivan could actually look encouraging. So I've got that word for you to have a look at as well. Julia started to crumple up the paper. So she's crumpling it up. So the verb crumple. So we're going to be looking at that one as well. And then we've got gingerly. I talked to you about the word yesterday because I do know what it means myself, but it is something that could be asked if somebody doesn't know what that word means. So gingerly, I pick up the paper. So in that instant, it's an adverb there, because to pick up is the verb, that's what's doing. But gingerly is the how. How is it done? It adds that action on, doesn't it? So what I've got for you now, as usual, if we move across, I've picked out some of these words for you here, and I've also got the synonyms and the antonyms for each. I thought this was beautiful to unfurl. If you look at that, it's a spring branch with leaves on unfurling. It could almost be a caterpillar, couldn't it? Look at the patterns on there. So I've got the synonyms for unfurl there, to unfold, to unwind, to open, to unpack. And then we've got the antonyms, which is completely the opposite, isn't it? So if you're unfolding something as a synonym, the antonym is to fold up. It's completely the opposite. It's almost like that would go back on itself to fold it back up. I've also got to crumple. So the synonyms for crumple, she crumples the paper, is to crush, to crease, to crinkle. So we've got lots of lovely words there for that, to scrunch up. And then the antonym is completely opposite. So as she's got the paper crumpled up, she's smoothed it out, she's straightened it, she's flattened it, hasn't she? So the other words I've got for you here are gingerly. Do you like my picture here of Scooby-Doo? So gingerly is, again, as we've said here, it's the part of speech is the adverb. It's telling you how the action has been done. So that's another word for you to have a look at. How is it done? So Ivan picks up the paper gingerly. How else could that be done? Can he pick it up hesitantly, from the word hesitant there? Or cautiously? Okay? So you have to look through these. I do include quite a lot, because it's something for you to think about. Do they fit in the sentence that we want? Okay? Because there are different meanings as to the context of the sentence. And then here we've got antonyms for gingerly, rash, carelessly, so he's going over, picking it up straight away, roughly. Okay? And then another word that we've got there, to scowl, that verb again. Do you like this little girl here? Wowzers. I wonder why is she scowling? So if you wanted to write that as a question for me, that would be interesting as well. Why do you think that little girl looks like that? She's got a right scowl on, hasn't she? So to scowl, what I've put to scowl, which would fit in our work as well, is to grimace and to glower, which she looks like she's doing. She's giving somebody a dirty look, isn't she? And then the opposite to that is it's turn that frown upside down, isn't it? It's to grin and to smile. So I'm going to leave you with this. I'm not going to go back into that text. I'm going to move on. And Mrs. Randall loves these little birds, and they're quite cute, aren't they? So I've put the words for encouragingly there as well. And then obviously the antonyms to discourage, isn't it? So I'll put those on there for you to have a look at as well if you'd like to use those. And of course, this is what I would like you to do in your science book for me, please. And you're doing fantastically well with this. We're so impressed. All three of us, all Year 4 teachers, are really impressed with how you're using these words and pushing yourself to build that language up. Your word power is just going through the roof at the moment. So you could choose maybe gingerly there, or scowl. You can draw me a picture, which you probably will do. And can you do me a list of synonyms and antonyms for whichever verb or adverb you've chosen there? Write your own definition of that. See if you can make us giggle, make something up which is really exciting. And use an antonym in a sentence. You know how to do that, Year 4. So we're very excited to be looking at your work when you've done this today. Okay? I will talk to you again tomorrow. Happy days. Bye for now.